Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Patch 3.4 Soul Surrender, where today we will continue the story mode. In fact, I had just finished the Zelfatol dungeon. If you want to see that, I have that as another video, so check that out. As for now, we're going to continue on with the story, and remember, all of this is spoilers, so you have been warned. If you have not caught up to the story, or if you wish to do this yourself, go do that first, then come back and see my playthrough if you want. Up to you. I don't know. I'm doing this because it's fun. So, let's continue on.
Thank the gods! What happened?
I punched Garuda in the face. Actually, I did, but I punched the guy in the face.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Good.
Well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the Primal without us.
Who are you? You are new. Big guy in the center in the mask. Hooded, robed guy. You're new.
You!
You?
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
Wait. I think I know who this guy is. Anyway, I think the Ranger is confusing the twins. But I think I know who this guy is. Oh, that'd be amazing if I'm right.
No. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumal. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we?
She has a very name that I will never be able to pronounce.
You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
Not that I can speak properly anyway.
While you were idly consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Yeah.
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
The balance was disturbed.
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the Source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
What?
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
This is some multi-world stuff going on here.
Enough. I tire of talking.
Because it's confusing.
You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
I'll punch you in the face. That's what I do. Spin and disappear.
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
I think I know who that is. Alright. Doubt I'll need this, but monk habit. Alpha no. All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Do you think it could be true that to save their world they must bring ruin to ours? No. No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Yay, music. Alright. Alpha and I would like nothing more than to get out of the snow. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor place for idle introspection. Knights can appraise Lord Edmund of our success, and we the Lord Commander. More importantly, I would like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I'll be at the congregation. Yeah. Alpha no. Oh, there you are. Shall we make our report? Yes. I guess you being by we, you mean me. It brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Ravinous. What news from Zelfatol? I'll punch you guy in the face. Then we are not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for we who remain behind, Mistress Yustola has been tending to Mistress Azael in your absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. Yay! I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Zelphatol, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
I take it your mission was a success.
Of course. Punch a guy in the face. That's what I do.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
That was very delayed.
Forgive me, but if these warriors of darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
I don't... That delay, I don't think was an animation thing.
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power, death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alize and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelphatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor-bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
Of course, all the NPCs get makeovers. Alright. To think that the three of us plumbed the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself, had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. Shortly after we parted ways, I heard that she had taken to the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovery, precisely where I never learned. Though I suspect that was by design. Okay, their dialogue doesn't seem like normal English, so. So she enjoyed hearing the tales of our exploits, did she? Huh. My apologies for keeping you waiting. She gets fanfare for her new outfit. Right then, shall we be off? Tatra never ceases to impress, though for a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. I was thinking the same. Well, I was about to say, at least now I can tell them apart. Well, there were clues beforehand. Praise the 12 that she did. Mother and father were not too fond of making us wear the matching clothes. Remember that time at the stadium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, "Sister, please, she was not my... Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light?" So be it. Another time, perhaps. To be honest, Ravinous, I wasn't planning on seeking you out just yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambitions. As you may recall, I promised that I would not disappoint you. I pray you forgive me if I do. I've been meaning you asked me at the carriage, because that was at the very beginning. Oh yes, the carriage that's... Oh, that was at the end of Rumble Morn. Oh yes, the carriage that so fortuitously arrived to spirit us away from Ul'dah after the banquet. The driver informed me that I had my sister to thank for his presence in Ul'dah. How did you manage to send help? Oh, drunken brass blades are even less discreet than sober ones. Unfortunately, by the time I learned of the plot, I was too late to do anything more. Frankly, I'm amazed Brent managed to find you. New garments aside, I must say you seem different, more resolute than we last met. You have the look of a woman who's ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor do I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I'm here today because I would regret if I weren't, that is all. Fair enough. Let's depart for the Waking Sands, then see if Urianger can be of assistance. See, some of the bigger words I'm okay with, but it's one of the confusing fantasy and really rare words I'm not so good with. Alright, to the Waking Sands. Oh, it's been a while, but here we are at the Waking Sands. Head on inside. Urianger, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. White Master Alphino. Oh, I forgot. He's annoying to listen. He's annoying to read what he's saying, so this is gonna be rough. White Master Alphino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee of and thine here this day? The warrior darkness has returned. Pray allow us to explain. I punched a guy in the face and they showed up. Yeah. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this severeth to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of the Exile's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere to which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day I did receive tidings of most troubling from across the Strait of Mirthor. Orgrimmar stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumors mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou cannot ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Ravinous. I stumbled on Alphino's words more than Urianger. Thank you for your counsel, Urianger. Pray us inform us if you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother, Urianger, is there anything else you would like to say? Alice? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you're normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add? Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warrior of Darkness spoke how the Ador had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our world might be rejoined. I would ask you that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I have heard tell of a promising tome, the Gurin Oracles. Perhaps you should start there. Oracles. The Gurin Oracles. Perhaps you should start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. Don't hide things from your allies! Alright. There you are. That better be the sulfur. Come, let us speak to Commander Bloedin and see if there's any truth in rumors concerning Titan's return. Oh, not another pirate. 7 hells. At this rate, I'll have to appeal to Maelstrom Command for reinforcements. Okay, that was a good line I could read. Huh. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Well, fancy that. Just when my kobold problems look like coming to a head, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. Okay, he speaks like a normal person, mostly. Alright, so we will continue this in the next episode. So, thanks for joining me. Remember, like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll catch you next time. Later.